So welcome to the next lecture. So in this lecture, let's talk about quadratic equations. So in this lecture, we will discuss how to factor quadratic equations. So, and we'll see in general, we'll see how to solve quadratic equations. So what is a quadratic equation? So any equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is called as a quadratic equation. So the primary purpose in this chapter is to find the value of x. So what are the values of x that satisfies this equation for the quadratic equation? So but in this chapter, in this lecture, we'll talk about how to solve. The first method is factoring, which we already discussed. The second method is the square root property. The third method is completing the square. And the fourth one is how to use by the quadratic formula. So let's start the first method, factoring. So let's take a simple example. So let's say I have a question, x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So the first thing we do is we factor this question, this part, the front part, which is x square plus x minus 6, provided that the other side should always be equal to 0. So how do you factor this? So multiply the last part and the first part. That gives you minus 6x square. So we have to split it in such a way that we get plus 1. So one way of doing this is if you take the factors for 6. So notice that the negative is on the number, so which means that it should be on the, there is a positive here, so which means that it's on the smaller number. So we can write it as 3x times minus 2x. So this can be written as x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 6 equal to 0. So x times x plus 3 minus 2 times x plus 3 equal to 0. So x minus 2 times x plus 3 equal to 0. So now we have factored this. So for this we have to use the property. So we call it the zero product property. So what does the property say is if a times b equal to 0, then either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. So apply this here. What do you get? You get x minus 2 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. So which means that you get x equal to 2 or x equal to negative 3. So this becomes x can have a set of two values, set of 2 comma negative 3. So this is the solution for the problem. So this is how we can write the solution for the problem. Now let's try another example. Let's say I have x square minus 5x minus 6 equal to 0. Again, multiply the first and the last term. So that gives you minus 6x square. We have to split it in such a way that you get minus 5x. So minus 6 factors of minus 6 can be minus 6 times 1, 1 times minus 6, 2 times minus 3 or 3 times minus 2. Which of these when added or subtracted give you minus 5? So the only one that gives you minus 5 is 1 and minus 6. So choose that one. So x times negative 6x. So that gives you, so x times negative 6x gives you minus 6x square. So x minus 6x gives you minus 5x. So you can write it as x square plus x minus 6x minus 6 equal to 0. So if you take x out, you get x plus 1. Minus 6 common, you get x plus 1 equals 0. So x plus 1 is common, you can take x minus 6 into x plus 1 equal to 0. So again, 0 product property. So x minus 6 equal to 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. So x is 6 or x is negative 1. So x is the set of 6 comma negative 1. Or let me write it in the right format, negative 1 comma 6. So these are the answers for the given quadratic equation. So let's try another problem as an example. So let's say I have x square plus 8x plus 15 equal to 0. So when you multiply the first and the last term, it's 15x square. So you have to split it in such a way where you should get 8x. So when you take 15, the factors of 15 are, notice that this is positive, which means that it can be 5 times 3, 3 times 5, 1 times 15 or 15 times 1. So the only one that gives you 8 is the sum of these two values. So it's going to be 3x and 5x. So 3x plus 5x. Now 8x can be replaced as 3x plus 5x. So replace it here. So x square plus 3x plus 8x plus 15. Plus 5x equal to 0. So x times x plus 3 plus 5 times x plus 3 equal to 0. So x plus 3 times x plus 5 equals 0. So again, the rule x plus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 5 equal to 0. X equals negative 3, x equals negative 5. So we can write it as x is the set of minus 5 comma minus 3. So this is the answer. So now let me give you some examples so that you can try on your own. So try x square minus 4x minus 21 equal to 0. So again multiply the first and the last term, you get minus 21x square. So you have to split it in such a way where you should get negative 4x. So take the factors of 21 and try to figure out the answer. So pause the video right here and try to solve the problem. Next, let's try another type of problems, which is squared problems. For example, let's say I have x square minus 9 equal to 0. So x square minus 9 can also be written as x square minus 3 square equal to 0. So the formula is of the format a square minus b square. So which can be written as a plus b times a minus b. So which can be written as x plus 3 times x minus 3 equals 0. So again, x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. So x equals negative 3 and x equals 3. So x can be negative 3 comma 3. So this is the answer for this question. So now try the same type. So x square minus 25 equal to 0. So pause the video right here and try to solve this problem. So next, let's try a little more complex factoring problems. So let's say we have 4x square plus 15x plus 9 equals 0. So again, multiply the first and the last term. That becomes 9 times 4 is 36 x square. So we have to split it in such a way where you should get 15. So one way of writing 36 is 6 times 6, or you can write it as 36 times 1, or you can also write it as 18 times 2. So these are all the versions that you can write for this problem. So what others can we write? The other one that you can write is 9 times 4 is another one that you can write, and 12 times 3. So these are all the factors. Out of them, which when summed up gives 15? So the only one is 12 times 3. Don't confuse this one. Notice that this is 20. So this is the right answer. Right, so you get 12x plus 3x. So when you write it down, so you get 4x square plus 12x plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. So when you take 4x common, you get x plus 3 plus 3 common, you get x plus 3. So x plus 3 is common on both sides. So x plus 3, take it out, you get 4x plus 3. So you have x plus 3 equals 0, 4x plus 3 equals 0. So x becomes negative 3, x becomes negative 3 by 4. So the set can be written as x equals the set of negative 3 by 4, sorry, negative 3 comma negative 3 by 4. So this is how you can solve this problem. So now try another problem. Let's say we have 3x square. So try this problem. So problem is 12x square plus 11x plus 2 equals 0. So notice that 2 times 12 is 24x square. So when you have to split it, you have to get 11x. So try to find the factors and try to solve this problem. So pause the video right here and try to solve this problem. So what if we have a little more complex problem? Let's say we have a problem here, minus 3x cube minus 5x square minus 2x equals 0. So notice that this is x cube. This is not a quadratic equation, but you have to check whether anything is common in all of them. So all of them, they have a common x value. So take x out. So now you get minus 3x square minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. Now minus is also common. Take minus also out. So you get minus x common. You get 3x square plus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Now we have taken the value out. Now only factorize the value that looks like the quadratic equation. So which is 3x square plus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Notice that x is still there. So let's keep the x there. So when you want to factorize this, you have 2 times 3x square. That is 6x square. So you have to split it to get 5x. So the easier way is 2x and 3x. So you get minus x times 3x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. So minus x times, take x out, you get x 3x plus 2 plus 1 times 3x plus 2 equals 0. So now if you take minus x times 3x plus 2 common, so you have 3x plus 2 times x plus 1 equals 0. So now notice that all of them should be equal to 0. So minus x equals 0, 3x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0. So from this becomes x equals 0. So here for this value, so x becomes negative 2 by 3. So x becomes negative 1. So for this solutions are x becomes minus 1 comma minus 2 by 3 comma 0. So these are the set of answers for this question. So this is how you can solve a problem when you see a cube, right? Try another problem that looks similar to this. You have x cube plus 11x square plus 10x equals 0. Now again, in all of them x is common. Take x out and you will get a quadratic equation. So once you get the quadratic equation, try to solve for the answer. So pause the video right here and try to solve this problem. Next, let's try the next one, which is the square root property. So what is the square root property? So square root property says that if any value x square is equal to k, then x can be plus or minus root k. So this plus or minus is really important. So remember that it can be both plus and minus. So now let's see a problem that we can attach to this property. So let's say we have x square equal to 8. So we can write this as x square. If x square is equal to 8, we know that x becomes plus or minus under root 8. So x can be plus root 8 and minus root 8. So this is the set of answers that you can get. You can further simplify We know that 8 is equal to 4 times 2, so we can write it as plus or minus under root 4 times 2. So plus or minus root 4 times root 2. So root 4 is 2, so we can write plus or minus 2 root 2. So these are the values that we have. So try another problem that looks similar to this. Let's say we have 4x square plus 1 equal to 7. So when you solve this, you have 4x square equal to 6, x square equal to 6 by 4. So 2 2's, 2 3's. So x square becomes 3 by 2. So from the property, we have x equal to plus or minus under root 3 over 2. So this is the answer for the question. Now, let me give you a problem for practice. Let's say we have 3 times x minus 4 whole square is equal to 15. Right, so how do you solve this problem here? So first, push the 3 on the other side. You get x minus 4 square equal to 5. Next, x minus 4 becomes plus or minus 5. So write it as two separate parts, x minus 4 equal to 5 and x minus 4 equal to minus 5, and try to find the value of x. So pause the video right here and try to solve this problem. So next, let's discuss the last method. The last method is the quadratic formula. So quadratic formula is a wide-ranging formula that can be applied to equations that cannot be factored, as well as equations that cannot be solved by other methods that we have discussed. So the common method, the formula is x equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So here a, b, c are the values that you get from ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So these are the values that we use in the formula to find the values. So just by using the quadratic formula, we can also decide on the nature of the roots. So let's try to solve a problem using the quadratic formula, and let's try and see if we can get it. So let's say we have a problem where x square plus 5x plus 1 equal to 0. So when you compare it with ax square plus bx plus c, a is 1, b is 5, and c is 1. So when you substitute it into the formula, so you have minus b is 5, plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So minus 5 plus or minus under root b square is 5 square minus 4ac is 4 times 1 times 1 over 2 times 1. So when you calculate the value, you get minus 5 plus or minus under root 5 square minus 4 by 2. So minus 5 plus or minus under root 25 minus 4 over 2, that becomes minus 5 plus or minus under root 21 by 2. So when you split it, you get two equations. So x becomes equal to minus 5 minus root 21 by 2 comma minus 5 plus root 21 by 2. So by understanding the quadratic formula, we can also decide on the nature of the roots. So which means what are the types of roots that you will get in the question. So that is decided on a value called the determinant. So determinant is b square minus 4ac. We also call the value delta. So if this value of b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the equation has equal roots or one root, right? And if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then the equation has distinct and real roots. So the roots are going to be real numbers, either rational or irrational. So under this category, we can also get, so if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, then the roots are rational. If this b square minus 4ac is not a perfect square, then the roots are irrational. So this is under this category where they are still greater than 0, but if one is perfect square, one is not a perfect square. The last one is if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then you get complex conjugate roots. So you get complex conjugate roots. So let's try using a question and see what type of roots a given question has. So x square plus x plus 2 equals 0. So here a is 1, b is 1, c is 2. So we are finding b square minus 4ac. b square is 1 square minus 4 times 4 times 1 times 2. So that becomes 1 minus 8, that is root negative 7. So notice this value here is much less than 0, and this value, let's not take square root, it's not square root. So b square minus 4ac here is minus 7, so which means that this is less than 0. So the roots are complex roots. So how would you get those complex roots? Write down the formula. So x equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Substitute the values minus 1 plus or minus. We have found the b square minus 4ac value, which is minus 7 by 2 times 1. So you get minus 1 plus or minus under root minus 7 by 2. So we know that root minus 7 can be written as root 7 times negative 1, and can be written as root 7 times root negative 1, which is I root 7. So which now can be written as minus 1 plus or minus I root 7 over 2. Now
that will allow us to be able to determine what is the risk.
So this value now can be written as, you have x equal to the set of minus 1 plus root I root 7 by 2, comma minus 1 minus I root 7 by 2. So these are the two values of x and how you can classify the problem. So now let me give you a problem so that you can try it on your own. So try 9x square plus 3x equal to, minus 2 equals 0. So a here is 9, b here is 3, c is negative 2. So now try the quadratic formula first. Find using b square minus 4ac, find the value, and then try to solve the problem. So let me give you some more problems for practice. So you have x square plus 4x plus 4 equals 0, 8x square plus 14x plus 3 equals 0, 3x square minus 5x minus 2 equals 0, and 3x square minus 10x plus 15 equals 0. So first find the nature of the roots and also find the roots themselves. Right, so pause the video right here and try to solve these problems.